Hi, welcome to Sub Auteurs, our movie podcast. I'm MJ.
I'm Anjo.
I'm Misha.
And today, I'm so excited for our topic. I've been waiting for this for so long.
Dun, dun, dun. What is it? Say it. Say it. Say it.
We're talking about crime movies and serial killers. Yeah!
Why are we so excited for mass murderers?
But we're not just limited to movies, right? But documentaries and docuseries.
Hey, the bloodier the better. Oh my God, this is not
The
going to
more
end
gruesome,
well.
the better.
Oh,
This is not going to end well.
This is not. Yeah, so there has been an abundance of true crime documentaries and movies, especially on Netflix. And, people were bored in lockdown watching a lot of this. Well, to be fair, people have been interested in this even before the whole pandemic and people were stuck at home. But still, it's like always a subject of fascination to people, like terrible people like us.
I don't know.
Are we just terrible that we're so...
No, but
I don't think so.
things?
But people have this fascination with, mystery, crime, mysteries, conspiracies and stuff, right? People always want to know what the truth is, I guess.
Murder.
But I have a question. I have a question. Do you think that like true crime is so popular, especially when it comes to murders and stuff, because we just can't imagine those things happening to us, or we can't imagine ourselves doing that sort of thing? Or do we like watching them because we could imagine ourselves doing those things?
Not. I'm the. What?
I'm the nice one.
What?
I clearly do not watch these things because I can imagine myself doing these things.
Not doing these. It's more of like, for me, I am fascinated, and it's just so outrageous that I cannot imagine these things happening to me. But at the same time, it makes me feel prepared if something does end up happening to me. If I know what to do if somebody's like chasing me down with a chainsaw. I know what to do if like.
That's not true crime. That's a slasher flick.
Hey, you never know.
Valid,
there have been murders. There have been murders like that.
Based on the documentaries I've seen, the chainsaw comes after the kill.
There have been. I'm telling you, I've watched enough of this shit.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised.
Can I just say though, like, if there's going to be a chainsaw killer chasing you, I'm pretty sure we can all agree not to run away in a straight line. Don't go checking out the basement by yourself. Never ever split up. If there's a scary house where somebody died, leave it be.
Not
just move on. Don't go in.
Those slasher flicks where everybody says, "Stay here, I'll be back," and then they just, what's going to happen.
They're never going to come back.
But anyway.
But in this case, at least, people aren't stupid. The victims aren't stupid. They usually are just like,
victims
at the wrong place at the wrong time, or messed with the wrong people, or caught the attention, not really messed with, but like caught the attention of the wrong people.
Yeah.
So that makes it scary too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just so fascinating. A part of it is also like these serial killers. It's so interesting to see what they're thinking. Know what they're thinking, their mind, their process, just know how fucked up they are in the head. It's so fascinating.
That resonates with me because it's my reason for watching these things, or what interests me the most, is seeing how these people tick, like trying to understand what goes into their brain, how they process things, like what traumas did they have to endure that they might actually act out on other people,
also, what shaped them to be these horrible monsters they are now, right? So that's the main fascinating part for me when it comes to like the serial killers themselves.
I saw something that somebody said, like, how come we don't have any serial killers in the third world context? And basically the TLDR answer was that because, those are white people problems. We don't have the time to sit around planning our murders when, every day is basically a struggle to survive for a lot of people. So they don't have time to plan out where to hide 36 bodies across the metro.
I've heard that. That I've been into a discussion.
The only one I can actually remember is like smaller and smaller circles.
I haven't seen the movie of that. Yeah.
It was pretty decent.
I think in third world countries where crime is not regulated as well as, more developed countries.
What the hell is regulated crime?
I mean, like, the law or the law enforcement seem to do a better job solving these things rather than in third world countries, priorities tend to change.
Is it wrong that I've had a conversation with someone about what is a crime that is probably easiest to get away with here in our context?
Jaywalking.
No, I mean like one of the big crimes. I'm terrible. I can't believe I've had this conversation with someone.
What kind of theft, Anjo?
Basta, it's a very general, broad
No,
term.
I meant, okay.
Theft.
No, I mean in the context of killing people.
That's a very specific kind of crime that you want to get away with.
I'm just saying I've had a conversation with someone that, like, in our context, what would be the easiest way? But that's another story. I'm not gonna share. I don't want to give people ideas, but yeah. I don't even know why I brought that up.
I'm slightly afraid now.
Bye.
Okay. Anyway,
thank you for listening to Sub Auteurs.
The self-incriminating podcast.
I know. What the hell?
No, it just says that how much I've watched these things and thought about them. But anyway, I'm not gonna do them, obviously.
Obviously.
Anyway,
I think this is the definition of premeditated.
Yeah. Kaya pala, she was, kaya pala the process of elimination was brought up kanina.
I know. Is she looking for tips? Or no. This is her alibi. I forgot what this precedent is called, but this is her alibi. The fact that she mentioned it in public, there's no way that she's gonna go through with it. So when it does happen, she can be proven innocent. I'm still scared.
Oh my goodness.
But to be fair, she's awesome at murdering people in Call of Duty.
Hey,
That's
that is
true.
pure skill. There is no premeditation.
What the
involved.
hell? Like, Anjo and I have like 3 to 6 kills apiece. You'll have like 12.
Yeah. Add me on COD. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, my teammates are horrible.
Give us some good true crime titles to look up. Okay, what do you guys
I
recommend?
saved you several times last night.
Okay, back to the podcast. Let's stop putting me in the hot seat.
It's okay. We're not a judge. Okay, moving on, or rather, going
we're not
back.
the jury, but we know who the executioner is, though.
Okay, great.
What are some true crime things that you watched, and then let's go on to your favorite topic of serial killers after that.
True. I do enjoy serial killer documentaries.
Yeah, same here. I enjoy those more than biopics.
Such as?
Don't Fuck with Cats.
That was messed up.
good.
That was super messed
was
up.
probably the most
was
fucked up.
Good Lord.
That documentary showed me the power of social media. Because it was thanks to this ragtag group of bums.
Let's go with armchair detectives. Let's not call them bums.
Okay, it was because of this
True
ragtag
crime
group.
enthusiasts.
Yes. Okay.
Social media stalkers.
Let me rephrase that. It showed me how this ragtag group of true crime enthusiasts who constantly are on Facebook, solve a crime, or help law enforcement in Canada solve a crime. It's seriously murder.
Yeah, but like the murders themselves actually were so fucked up. Like, it captured on video and shit.
yeah.
Like that's
So
And what he did, it was so fucking nasty.
So, like, for anyone who doesn't know, Don't Fuck with Cats is about this guy who was doing all sorts of crazy things to get noticed, trying to pretend he was some kind of an influencer, seducing people and just murdering. And basically, the cops just let him be. The regular folks, they just let him be, no matter what crazy, horrible things he was posting, until he broke, apparently, an unwritten rule of the internet, which is you don't fuck with cats.
Hey, I own cats, and you really don't fuck with cats.
That's because he killed a cat, and he documented it, and he posted it.
No, even the way he killed the cat, it was so sick how he did it. Did he?
yeah, dude.
Did he have these two kittens, and then he put them in a plastic bag and he vacuumed all the air out.
That was
that's
sick.
That was like what? That was just, I think, the first video, and then he gets another kitten and feeds it to a python or something.
Yeah, oh my God, I couldn't.
And he
I
records
couldn't.
everything and posts it on the internet.
Right. So what
This is
your bums
This was when
did,
Facebook was in its.
what your bums did was they like looked at they did everything that people in an office do whenever there's a new hire. They stalk the hell out of him online.
Just like what Misha did about someone.
No, we're cutting
Never
that
mind.
out.
We're
We're cutting that out.
Hey,
Phoebe,
if we're
we're
that
cutting that out, we're cutting my whole serial killer conversation,
But
okay?
that was
No,
awesome.
but that was fun.
That was
No.
gold.
If you're cutting that out, you're cutting mine out too. So if you're not cutting this out, we're keeping that Misha
Fine, we're
online
keeping that
stalker
in.
thing.
Okay, fine. Okay, we're back there. I'm gonna answer it. Look, I had my reasons for stalking that dude. I don't want to talk about it. We're moving on.
Reasons.
But
Look, Anjo didn't try and stop me. You were working. You have an excuse. Anjo didn't try and stop me.
Process of elimination. Yeah.
I'm
so
an accessory
don't
to the
fuck-
crime.
Oh, wow.
don't- we are going to jail after
I
this episode.
know. We cannot be character witnesses for each other at all.
That's gonna be laglagan.
Okay.
Laglagan fest.
Ooh,
Mhm.
you were saying?
Yeah, anyway, back to don't fuck with cats. It escalates to people. So that's how it gets really bad. So
It was horrible. This guy, what was his excuse? Like he just wanted to be loved or something? Or
He wanted to be famous.
He wanted
the guy was a
attention,
fame
yeah.
whore.
He
That
was
was
a
a
fame whore.
He claimed to have been harassed by people because he made up this rumor that he was supposedly the boyfriend of the first ever Canadian serial killer or something, and he was getting harassed. And so he went to this news publisher to complain and to voice out his anger or his discomfort in this. It was just weird, like to go to lengths, like trying to defame yourself and creating these weird.
I like that he created a whole bunch of fake profiles to give himself fake likes.
Yeah,
loser.
I was like, what the
that
hell?
desperate.
Troll.
Wait, he wasn't, because he apparently auditioned to be in like this model search show in Canada.
Right.
Wasn't he rejected or something?
I think he didn't make the final cut.
Right.
If I remember correctly. I have to see that again.
God.
You sure
Anyway.
you want to see that again? You
I mean,
sure?
it was interesting how they solved the crime. I mean, like,
Yeah.
you use Facebook, you go through all the details, you search all these profiles. How much time did you guys have on your hands?
I'm so amused also how they used Google Maps
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like to
they
map
did.
out the places and everything. It's like, whoa. And even
Yeah.
like down to the details of what's in his room. What products were these?
Mm-hmm.
And where could he have gotten them? And who could have bought this? Like, damn. It's like it's that definition of like, well, people have way too much time
Wasn't that
on their
like
hands. But
the-
this is a good thing about that.
Wasn't that thing the one about purchases, about that vacuum cleaner that they had to find out where it was made, where it was available, and they narrowed it down to where, to the guy who actually bought it, or at least
Yeah,
the
and
state.
even down to like what's in his room, like how are the plugs in his, or what country is this,
what cigarettes he smoked, and where were those specific Marlboros sold.
Again, basic social media stalking.
Basic.
So I've heard.
I'll take it from the expert. He said
So
it's
I've heard.
basic.
All right.
All right. Another interesting docu-series. A lot of them are on Netflix. So Abducted in Plain Sight was
Oh,
That was messed up. That was so incredibly
That was
messed
like-
up. What
that
is
series,
wrong
that-
with her?
That docu-series was like, what the fuck the whole time? Like, how could you let this happen?
It's it did open up to a lot of people blaming the family of the victim, but at the same time, it's like, dude, common sense.
I know. Explain it
We
to
don't
us.
want to victim blame, but like,
It's hard not to if you've actually seen the docu-series.
What's it
Yeah.
about?
It's
I
not
mean,
nice victim blaming, but then you really have this reaction.
or it's not really victim blaming. You maybe can see like the lack of parental instinct in this case. It's about this pedophile who gets close to a family, to his neighbors and everything. So he comes over a lot. He befriends the family. He gets close to the little girls, and a lot of things unfold for them to already not trust him. Like, oh, I'm gonna take your daughter out. We're gonna go for a ride. Isn't that sketch?
It's
just like one daughter.
Like he grooms the whole freaking family.
Exactly, and it also goes down to like him, doing stuff to the parents too. But I'm not gonna give too much details. But it's so fucked up. And you know how it's so fucked up? It starts really poetic, like artsy shots of fields and like a woman's dress and whatnot. It starts off with a narration of like, it seems so romantic, like something, I don't know the quotes anymore exactly, but it's like something about how beautiful this woman is, how he loves her. And then the last shot is the shot of a little girl, which makes you feel like, no!
Lord.
That reveal that he's talking about this little girl is no.
Diba?
Parang mali.
Sobrang mali.
Sobrang
so
mali.
Yung start pa lang, it sets the tone of how bad it unfolds eventually. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And another crime documentary series that I liked also was yung American Crime Story. The one about the dad who killed both his children and his wife.
Oh, is this the one with the social media?
Which one is
social
that?
media influencer, the lady?
No.
Are you talking about Unsolved Mysteries?
No,
that's a cool one too. But those are like lots of different ones.
It's a documentary about this guy who murders his wife first and then his two children afterwards.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The woman's isn't the girl famous Facebook person?
No, she wasn't a Facebook person, but she was into those networking type. Yung open-minded ka ba type?
The multi-level marketing.
Yeah, she's a multi-level marketing.
Pyramid scheme, motherfucker.
I don't know. Basta, she was that. And she was like, one of the top sellers, you call them?
Mm-hmm.
Top performers. Anyway, and the way they presented this whole thing was they shot it with actual footage of cops interviewing. They show actual messages. There's no narration at all. The conversations you would hear were from news footage, from police body cams. So it really painted the whole picture by using those footages. Galing. As in, can you imagine stitching up a documentary with no narration? You just use whatever is available to you and let that tell the whole story. That's why it was so different from other documentaries.
Yeah, execution-wise, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you watch The Keepers?
Oh man, that's another one.
That was insane. That's the one where the nun who went missing.
Yes. Yeah.
Because she was gonna blow the whistle on basically the school was like a house of horrors where everybody was in on it. Like the priests were raping children and the nuns were enabling and even the nuns were getting in on it. And that was so messed up.
That got me so angry at organized religion.
That was the one where the two former students helped solve the crime, right?
I'm scared of nuns anyway, so yeah.
What about Whoopi Goldberg and Sister Act?
She was a fake nun. It's okay.
Well, a nun was the victim in this case, sadly. And it was also so interesting how they solved it in terms of, what is this? The forensics that went into it, like when she was killed or how... this is graphic. We should have put a really graphic... we should have put like a warning with how graphic this episode's going to be. Like they even analyzed like how the insects were on her decomposing body to help solve the crime. That's just like, wala lang. Interesting. But it was just so angering how the Catholic Church didn't do anything about it.
Yep. Or worse pa is, they tried to cover it up.
Oh yeah. In fact,
so
even
worse.
After the documentary came out, like the church down there in Baltimore, they were still denying it. They put up a whole FAQ on their website saying that any claims that there was knowledge of the abuse prior to the 90s is a fabrication. They're saying nobody knew. It was all secret.
That's horrible.
How could we have known?
That's horrible.
Wasn't there a movie about that? The one with Dustin Seymour Hoffman.
What?
And Viola Davis. Dustin Seymour Hoffman. They were playing about.
You mean Philip Seymour Hoffman and Dustin Hoffman had a baby? Oh my God!
That is a crime.
To say something.
Captain Hook and the bad guy from Mission Impossible. No, Captain Hook and Capote had a baby.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
I saw his eyebrow raised.
Napaisip ako. I was like, wait, what?
To say something.
I wasn't sure, and then he said it again. I'm like, no, I heard that.
I saw your eyebrows, dude. I was just like, oh, he's gonna say something.
Wait, what? Wait, I'm just sad now. I'm just sad.
No, wait, sorry. I'm trying to find out what that movie
okay,
is.
Misha said Steve Evans today. It's fine.
I know. Who the hell is Steve Evans? I don't want to Google it.
Si Steve. Mo kilala si Steve.
Oh yeah, close kami. Guy owes me $12.
Anyway, Anjo, you done Googling?
Yeah, where are you going with this?
You done Googling?
Never mind. No, because it's about priests and sexual abuse also, and then there was a whistleblower.
I don't want to see what your algorithm looks like if that's what you're Googling.
I am on IMDb.
Oh, that makes it better?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a way to get around it. You search the actors instead of like, movie with Catholic priests.
Wait, American Murder. That's what the title of that other one was.
The turtle!
Huh?
That's what the turtle.
The turtle? Yeah, that's a turtle. I meant to say that.
Okay.
Ang tagal.
Never mind. Tangina, nakalimutan. Wala na. Hindi ko na mahanap.
Moving on.
Okay. What else? Ooh. Okay. I want to get to the Ted Bundy tapes.
Oh, good.
That
God.
was also really good.
Yeah, when you hear the interviews, right, of the criminal
that
profiler.
was chilling. Well, of course, we know Ted Bundy is one of the most notorious serial killers in the U.S. ever. And it just like shows, it's in the documentary, his quote unquote confession tapes. They're not really confession tapes. They're more like, if I did this.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like OJ.
Like that book
like
of OJ, exactly.
If I did it, I would do it like this.
I'm like, what a douche.
Oh my God.
It consisted of his interviews and everything, which made it a lot more creepy. And of course, it narrated what happened and how he escaped twice.
I think I asked this like in like one of our first episodes, all of which are available on Spotify and wherever podcasts are found. But I think we talked about what we were binging at the time. Yeah. And I asked the question, I mean, again, no judgments to anyone, but one of the reasons that people say that Bundy was so successful at killing people, at getting people's trust and confidence is because he was good looking.
Yeah, he's Zac Efron.
In the movie, he's Zac Efron. But
speaking of that movie was just meh.
I know.
Yeah, I was so disappointed after the tapes.
I just watched it a couple of nights ago, and I was so distracted. I was just like, this has a good cast, though. It had Zac Efron. Lily Collins was great. John Malkovich was the judge at the trial.
Lily Collins was great, but then I still fell asleep watching that movie.
It was not a good movie.
Haley Joel Osment still looks like a baby.
I know. Just
with a beard.
An overinflated baby, but
he's so cute. But anyway, that movie was okay. Yeah, let's get to that movie. I see what it was trying to do, making it in the point of view of the girl or the ex-fiance of Ted Bundy, but it started off okay. You could see how quote unquote charming he was to her. And then at the middle, it goes like...
In the movie, sure. But again, like in real life, I asked this in a previous episode, I think, nagugwapuhan ba kayo sa kanya? Honestly. Like the real dude. Was he good looking enough that you would risk getting murdered by him?
Well, maybe at the time he was. Like, we'll see if I was born... I remember, shout out to my cousin, Joanna. She was like, feeling ko talaga, I think she was saying in Zac Efron context. No, never mind. Scratch that. She was saying it in Zac Efron context.
Yeah, exactly.
After she saw the movie. Like, if Ted Bundy really looked like that, yep, I'd be a victim.
Yeah, you'll be dead. But I think that's why they cast Zac Efron, because they wanted to cast the idea of Ted Bundy, not someone who actually looked like him.
I don't think Zac Efron necessarily got his quote-unquote charm, though.
Yeah.
Because he appeared a lot more charismatic in this documentary.
That is true. So maybe that's how he did it. He was more charm than actual, looks.
And he also had this uncanny ability to look so different when he would change his hair, when he would shave,
Didn't he
would
escape
have
like a couple
facial
of
hair.
times?
Yes, he did.
So they had to find him. They had a hard time finding him again when he would escape because of that uncanny ability.
Oh, Ted Bundy. Good God.
Yeah, but that movie was sad. It was boring.
I don't know.
TBH. But so if you want to know about Ted Bundy, just watch the docu-series instead and not the Zac Efron movie.
You can try watching the Zac Efron movie. You can try.
It's just coming after the tapes. It's really a big letdown.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and I'm just glad I caught that movie before the tapes.
Oh, good for you.
Before watching the tapes. So I was happy. It's kind of like watching Soul after watching Wonder Woman 84.
That was on you.
Yeah. So that movie, don't recommend it. Just
Which
watch
one?
the tapes
Wonder Woman
instead.
84 or Zac Efron?
That too.
Yeah.
Both.
A serial killer movie that I did like was Zodiac.
Yes!
Yes!
That
I was
was
waiting
freaking brilliant.
That was good.
I was waiting so long. I was waiting to mention this, but it is, oh my God.
I need to rewatch that.
This movie is why I love David Fincher so much. He is so good at this true crime stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He did Seven, which was also really
I
good.
love
That's
Seven.
one. That's another one.
7 probably is my favorite.
Basically, 7 is like they're trying to catch the serial killer who's killing according to the 7
Zodiac
capitals.
Muna, Zodiac Muna.
Deadly Sins. Right.
Yeah. So that's what David Fincher did first,
Mhm.
which led him to Zodiac, which was so good. It was so long, but I did feel the length in terms of it was such a long, stressful process, and I felt their fatigue
Mhm.
Yes.
trying to solve it.
I think that was what he meant to do, was because that case was just so tiring. It was so long. Parang the audience feeling that is probably what Fincher was, what he meant to do all along. Parang, yeah, you should feel weird. You should feel tired after watching this movie because you have to go through what these detectives are going through.
Yeah, and I think it's one of the most historically accurate films about an actual serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they did take creative liberties in like maybe the personal lives of
They did.
the people, like Jake Gyllenhaal's life and everything, but most of it was true. It was accurate AF.
The thing about like that Zodiac killer who terrorized California for years and years, apparently, right? Because he was so infamous, right? Like people were writing stories, they were writing songs about him. They're like the first Dirty Harry movie was roughly based on that case.
And it was also in Zodiac.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, it like there was a part where like Mark Ruffalo was watching that movie and he was like, "Man, this case hasn't been solved for so long. There's already a fucking movie about it."
Exactly. It's a great movie, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Is it on Netflix?
Which one?
Zodiac? Is Zodiac on Netflix?
Nope.
I honestly don't know.
It's not. Oh, damn.
Oh.
I gotta rewatch that movie.
It's so exhausting, but so good. So damn good.
Yeah. Well, 7. Well, it's not. Is it? Yeah. It's true. It's a
7
crime
was
movie.
What's in the
It's not-
box?
7 was like one of the first movies that messed me up. I was like, holy crap. I didn't know movies could do this.
I think I was 13 years old when I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw that,
So
I was like,
messed up.
what the fuck am I watching?
But you couldn't stop watching. That's what was so cool about it.
I think it was one of the few movies that made me really, want to be a filmmaker at that time. I really wanted to write stories.
What's in the box?
It's a box of donuts, dude.
So,
God.
if you guys haven't seen 7, I think we mentioned it earlier. It's about a serial killer who kills people based on the 7 deadly sins. Plus points to anyone who can name all those sins.
You should. You commit all of them. Joke.
But it's like this one's got everything for a Fincher movie that you want to see. Messed up imagery, broken characters, constant rainfall for some reason.
Oh yeah, drama.
So much gore.
But you know what I liked about that movie was that how in the marketing they never announced, or in any of the billings they never even credited who the serial killer was.
That's true.
You only find out if you watch the movie who the serial killer was.
Oh, really? I didn't know this market.
No, they never said
true.
Kevin Spacey was going to be in that movie ever until you saw it. It's like, holy shit, it's Kevin Spacey. He's the serial killer.
Can we spoil a 23-year-old movie? I guess we could.
Yeah, word of caution too. If you want to avoid watching movies with sex offenders, well, sorry. He's in it.
You know what? I hate him for that, honestly. Because you can't take him out of that movie. He helps make that movie, but you also can't remove it from the back of your head that he did what he did. That he was busy violating, Mark from Rent as a child.
Mark from Rent, yes, he did.
Right?
That was Mark from Rent.
That's just horrible.
I know, it sucks.
And
American Beauty. And House of Cards.
And The Usual Suspects. Come on.
Don't get me wrong. I want to be one of those people who says I can completely divorce the artwork from the artist, but it's kind of hard, especially since the character he's playing is also a douchebag.
That's true. It's kind of like, it's also like when I hear an R. Kelly song out of the blue, and it's like,
and you believe you can fly.
Or like, right. I would love, like, my body's bouncing to the beat of Ignition Remix, but then my face is like,
he married Rihanna. No. What's her name? Frack.
What?
He didn't marry
JC,
Rihanna.
Man. That's
married
Aaliyah
when she was 14.
Oh, yeah, that.
That was so messed up. That was very nasty.
Anyway, back
to more wholesome things like serial killers. More wholesome than R. Kelly. Okay. Serial killers.
One serial killer movie or one serial killer biopic that I really liked was directed by Patty Jenkins. I believe it was her first feature.
Wonder Woman 84. It was a complete character assassination.
Fuck that. No, it was her first feature film. And I think it was nominated for an Oscar too. It was Monster starring Charlize Theron.
That was brilliant. Yes,
the one where she had to have prosthetics done to look ugly.
I know, right?
Yeah, she gained weight for that movie. She played Eileen Wuornos, the prostitute turned serial killer, because she was just mad at the world because of the circumstances she was in. She had to be a prostitute. She was physically and sexually abused as a child. I guess that's how she lashed out. She baited men, and then she would kill them. Like one of the, I think that was a really good character piece for that Patty Jenkins did. How you would kind of empathize or relate to Eileen Wuornos at some point, and then wasn't she like the first female serial killer to ever be convicted?
I'm not sure.
That's why she was so pretty famous.
Or at least the first one that got publicized, I think.
I think, yeah. But that movie was a really good character study.
It was. And
Charlize Theron
it let Charlize Theron be something other than, just a pretty face, which is something I appreciate in the way that she's always chosen her roles.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now she always kicks ass in her roles. It's like,
I'm not complaining.
I'm not complaining either.
Same here. She's great.
At least she's already done that to prove herself as an actress, and then she can do whatever the fuck she wants afterwards.
Yes. She can just earn paychecks now.
She can have Liam fucking Neeson. Dreadlocks on Fast and Furious, and I wouldn't care anymore.
Yes.
After seeing Monster, it's like, okay, fine.
She can do whatever she wants.
Cars outrunning a nuclear submarine on ice.
To be fair.
On ice.
To be fair, the movies she's chosen are better after her Oscar nod than Halle Berry.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, like, Halle Berry's career did not go to the places where I thought it would go after Catwoman.
If I'm not mistaken, it's either when she was nominated or when she won. She was in the middle of shooting Die Another Day, which is legendarily one of the worst James Bond movies. And it just went downhill from there. The most high-profile thing that Halle Berry has done in the last 15 years is John Wick 3, honestly.
Right.
And look, it's always nice seeing her, honestly. I just wish she'd pick better movies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Charlize Theron, though, has a penchant for choosing blockbuster hits, regardless of critical acclaim.
I did not like The Astronaut's Wife.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see that.
That's the one where Johnny Depp is an astronaut. He comes back from space.
Yes.
And there's something wrong with him, but nobody believes the wife.
I remember that movie. I still
chose not to watch that.
And she's like, but I am.
Well, he didn't sound like Patrick.
Hi guys, I'm Astronaut's wife.
Hey guys.
But yeah.
Hi, PB.
Not even. I mean, like, so going back to Monster, it wasn't just Charlize Theron. Even Christina Ricci was good in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like they both sold their parts. They I guess they did their research really well on who their characters were, and it gave the audience like a chance to see what it was like living as somebody on the run or somebody who was so angry she had to kill people.
Okay, here's a question I want to raise to you guys about knowing the background of like all these serial killers, all these traumas. Isn't it messed up when you find out that they probably had terrible childhoods, they were probably abused, and you feel that itty bitty tiny feeling of sympathy or like, understanding them a little bit. But at the same time, it's such conflicting emotions to know that background, because at the same time, you see them capable of doing these horrible, horrible things to other people, probably even worse than what was did to them. So how does that feel to you?
I think the scarier ones are the ones who had like regular childhoods, the ones who were never abused.
Yeah, because like some trauma will affect a person in some way, in that. But then if that came out of nowhere, like if he grew up in a normal, in a suburban neighborhood without any trauma, he just really liked killing small animals as a child or starting fires as a child, then that's really fucked up. Like something's wrong with this person.
That's insane. And it's also, I don't know, is it a sign of the times that that people will be just driven to such an extreme? Again, because I can't relate. Future audiences in a court of law, I cannot relate.
I guess we're just thankful that we are not experiencing that, or we can't imagine doing that. Because it hasn't been done to us, so we won't transfer that pain and trauma to other people. And also, I guess we have our minds in the right place. Because I understand some of these are also victims of mental disabilities or mental health issues.
Yeah.
Our minds are in the right place. I don't think anyone's ever said that on this show.
I mean, considering we haven't killed any people, I think we're okay.
That we know of.
As long as you have a good support system and you're totally honest with the people you're with and yourself, I guess you're okay.
I don't like that evil laugh you just did.
No, that was I'm not a killer laugh.
Yeah, but anyway, so most of the past few minutes we've been talking about like real people. Do we talk about like our favorite fictional serial killers?
Fictional serial killer,
like Seven. We did talk about Seven. It's a work of fiction.
I can't. Was he just named John Doe in that movie?
I think so.
Because I don't think they gave him a real name.
Well, it's one of my favorite movies, but not necessarily the serial killer himself.
Yeah. That was more about the crime and what Brad Pitt's character had to go through.
What's in the box?
Pizza.
Oh, God damn it.
I think this is the only movie where Brad Pitt's not eating in every scene.
Well, no, there was Fight Club.
Keep eating.
That's true. He had to take his shirt off a lot in Fight Club, so he couldn't
I like
be eating.
Fight Club. In that context, I like that.
No, but okay.
In all contexts, though, but that shirtless Brad Pitt is a plus.
I think MJ brought this up. Like I think MJ brought this up in a separate conversation where she enjoyed The Lovely Bones.
Oh, yeah, I did. But it's not serial killer centered.
But that's what I would call an enjoyable movie.
It's not, but I just really enjoyed, enjoyed is the wrong word, but I liked how it was from the point of view of the victim, sort of. So that's what made it refreshing. It doesn't glorify the serial killer. It doesn't really focus on why he's like this or, how he does what he does, how he murders people. But it's really just the point of view of the dead girl. It's totally fictional. And there's no way to know how these victims can feel or because,
it makes you want to kill Stanley Tucci.
Yeah.
Hey, Stanley Tucci is amazing. He is so versatile.
He's incredible.
Amazing.
He's that one actor you would love or hate depending on who or what he's playing.
And he can play gay and he can play straight. He can anything. You'd still believe him. It's not like one of those actors na parang, I don't
He was drunk Merlin at the beginning of Transformers 5.
which was fun.
No,
And
no, it wasn't.
No, but from a guy who can play that loving, snarky,
But I
sarcastic
love
dad
Stanley
in
Tucci.
ECA to the guy who can play.
Oh yes,
playing
he's
that-
the dad in
right?
Easy A. I love him.
That's
I want
right.
him. I
He's
wanted
such a
him to be
lovable
my
character.
dad in Easy
He was such a lovable character in ECA, right?
Yeah, and he's so creepy and Lovely Bones. Like, oh my god,
I know, he was so
What the
evil.
hell? Yeah,
Didn't he keep records of his victims?
Yep.
Or like the newspaper clippings or something?
yeah. This is another messed up thing about serial killers. Some of them like want to have a token from their murders.
Shoot.
That's
now
nasty.
I got to thinking about what MJ said earlier about
What?
how we start thinking like it's related to what you said earlier about how you start to sympathize or empathize with these killers the more you learn about them, their backstories and all that. But I think what's worse than that's worse than empathizing with them, is like hoping they'll get away with it. In the fictional context, when it comes to fictional
I'm
killers,
so
in a
Good
movie
save,
like that.
Misha. Good save.
you
so
kind of
relieved.
want them to get away with it. Like,
Okay,
for example,
like, who do you mean?
Hannibal Lecter.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
seriously. I mean,
I don't know why I feel that. I know it's so wrong, but sometimes you just root for Hannibal Lecter.
Exactly.
When he got away, it's like, yes.
I'm so glad he
More
wore that
havoc.
man's face.
I don't know. I was rooting for Clarice the whole time. It's like, catch this dude. This dude is fucked up. He killed people.
That is true.
And
Nah.
look at Anjo being the better person.
I know, right?
I guess I'll be eliminated soon.
The process of, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
pareho pa kayo naka-purple. Ako lang naka-dilaw.
You're also in purple. You have purple
You
lining.
have gold
in
and
your-
purple on. Those are your
in
colors.
your fucking Lakers jersey.
Yeah,
My
I know,
God.
right? Look at you. So, what are you trying
Hannibal
to say?
Lecter. Let's go back to Hannibal Lecter.
Okay, yes.
That
Hannibal
we color
Lecter
coordinated,
is the
sorry.
bad guy in The Silence of the Lambs, starring Anthony Hopkins.
Mhm.
Was he the bad guy?
He was the good bad guy.
He was the goodish, badish.
He was
There
the
was
good-
a bad guy. He was not
He-
the bad guy.
The bad
Yeah.
guy was Buffalo Bill.
That's right.
It puts lotion on its skin.
Ugh. So, like,
Oh, and by
Anthony-
the way, Buffalo Bill was inspired by true life serial killer Ed Gein.
Was it Ed Gein or John Wayne Gacy? Ed Gein, yeah.
Ed
Yes,
Gein, because
Ed
he
Gein.
had these
Ed Gein,
like
yeah.
he'd skin his
Face
victims.
masks.
He'd skin
No,
his victims
yeah.
and make them into
Masks, and
Ugh.
he would basically wear his victims. Yes, it
Yep.
was Ed Gein.
Yep.
Why do we know this?
because we've been watching too much Netflix.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hannibal Lecter, for the most part, he's in captivity, but
Mhm,
he helps Clarice Starling, this newbie agent,
mhm.
help solve a crime, and he basically tells her how messed up serial killers think, and he helps her that way. But later he gets away and also wreaks havoc. But
That iconic scene where he hangs that guard's corpse on the corner of his cage was like unforgettable.
That was awesome.
That image is forever ingrained in my head. Like,
For me,
or
it
that
was,
shot where he's listening to classical music and the camera just like lifts up to
Yeah.
reveal the other dead guards in his cell while he's
Yeah,
all bloody. That was an amazing shot.
it's just sad how Hannibal didn't live up to its predecessor.
Oh,
the
wasn't-
sequel.
it-
the sequel was directed by Ridley Scott in 2000.
it wasn't bad, but Silence of the Lambs is just
Red
something.
Dragon was okay.
I liked it because it was, well, okay, it's Brett
It was an
Ratner.
origin.
It's Brett Ratner, right? So you don't expect much. But what I liked about it was he was clearly a fan of the first one, of Silence of the Lambs. So he took the effort to rebuild the prison set. He took the effort to even cast the same guards, like over 10 years after the fact.
Did they CG
Everybody looked older, but and-
they didn't CG the younger faces.
but I thought Voldemort was a great bad guy in that movie.
Voldemort.
He was kind of creepy in that movie.
Yeah, but let's also not get to Hannibal, the third one. It was garbage.
Hannibal, no.
Hannibal Rising? No.
Hannibal, that's the
was the
fourth
or-
one. That was a
No,
prequel.
okay. The third one was Hannibal, right?
Oh my god, Hannibal! Right? No,
Hannibal was
Hannibal was
the second one.
second. Red Dragon was the
Was
prequel.
the prequel.
The third
No, I
one.
meant in order of releasing, because like Silence of the Lambs was released
Yeah.
and then it was Red Dragon. and
then
then,
it was Hannibal.
Hannibal,
Oh,
then
really?
Red Dragon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the
Huh.
one. Hannibal's the one where he made Ray Liotta eat his own brain,
Oh, yeah.
That was so fucked up.
and
Yes.
Gary Oldman was a dude without a face.
Yeah, because he was the one who he made Gary Oldman slash his face off, right?
Yeah, I think he
By
ate Gary
drugging him.
Oldman's face.
Yeah.
Why do we like this guy again?
Well, Anthony
I
Hopkins
didn't like.
just,
You guys liked him.
You don't
Anthony
like Anthony
Hopkins
Hopkins?
just-
What's wrong with you?
he's just amazing though. He's just so convincing.
Yes, Anthony Hopkins is amazing. He is also in Transformers 5, Misha.
Oh my God. He was in Transformers 5 with drunk Merlin Stanley Tucci. Speaking of doing a movie for a paycheck.
But I can't imagine Hannibal Lecter played by anyone else but
Anthony Hopkins.
Well, of course, Mads Mikkelsen in the TV series, he's doing pretty good. But
He
in
was
context
pretty
of
good
like the
too.
movie, like the old Hannibal Lecter, god damn it. Ugh.
I didn't even bother
Gives
to watch
me chills.
Hannibal Rising because I didn't need to watch another.
Can I tell you what
No.
the story was? It was really shit.
What's the story?
The
Well-
tragic backstory of Hannibal is that he had No, I think I got it wrong.
Did you fall asleep watching
No.
that movie?
It's like he was like persecuted in Nazi times or something, and he may or may not have had to eat a guard to survive.
Oh.
Or did he eat his sister?
What?
Or is that Fear of the Fireflies?
Google, please.
Wait, no.
Ah.
Somebody was eaten in Nazi times, and this
Well,
traumatized young Hannibal, and he lost the only person he cared about, who was his younger sister. Yeah, I think he ate the guard.
Mhm.
So every time Hannibal Lecter appears in a movie, somebody's gonna get eaten. So,
No, duh. He's a kind of Army
Hannibal, like
Hammer.
Hannibal.
Army Hammer.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Army Hammer.
Okay, what I really hated though, I didn't bother to watch Hannibal Rising, but Hannibal.
TV show.
No, the sequel,
The sequel.
to
The
Silence
movie,
of the
right.
Lamb. The
Ridley
movie.
Scott with
It was
Julianne
so-
Moore taking over for Jodie Foster.
Okay,
Yes.
it's not that Julianne Moore didn't do a good job. It's just that I think it was how it was written that the characters did totally things out of character. It sounds so redundant, but they did so many out of character things that it's just disappointing. Like, oh, how this is how the legacy of Clarice Starling
Mhm.
ends up.
But
Oh, yeah.
that's how
It's-
it is. In the book, I think Clarice was really written to fall in love with Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, but
To be fair, it
book
wasn't a-
or movie,
it
that's
wasn't a
just
good
not
book.
how we want it to go.
True.
Yeah.
That's why Jodie Foster refused to sign on. She said
Mhm.
Clarice would never do that.
Yeah.
Only trouble is Stephen Harris already wrote the shitty sequel book, so they had to do it that way.
I just wish they didn't make it at all. Because
Thomas Harris, not Stephen. What am I with Steve's today?
Steve.
I don't know why. Who is Steve?
I don't know who Steve
I
is.
know Steve the monkey from Cloudy. There's Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Oh, I thought you were doing like a bad Voltus 5 reading of Steve.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, there's that too.
My
But
bad.
yeah, that was a really disappointing sequel to Silence of the Lambs. But
Yeah,
at least
I
the
mean, like,
prequel was
true.
okay.
No, because
I mean,
like the
it
first
was-
one was a Best Picture winner, and then the second one was just
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. It just didn't live up to its predecessor.
I don't know if you guys have seen it, but what's it called? Oh shoot! Wait, 2
Wait,
seconds.
while you're thinking, can I also bring up like some? Well, we may or may not include this in the episode because
Mm-mm.
it's a little touchy.
Yeah.
Just a little reminder. But how do you feel? Because I really always thought Silence of the Lambs and at least fine, Red Dragon was okay.
Mhm.
They were good crime movies. They were good
Mhm.
serial killer movies. But at the same time, I felt maybe it's because it's 2021 and we're more aware of these things. But
Mhm.
did the villains really have to be trans and disabled?
Ooh, that's fair. No, that's a fair, valid criticism because they said that this thing was a representation of transphobia at the time.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know how to feel about that because, yeah, I mean, these were epic villains, you can
Mhm.
say, but at the same time, it's like, did they have to be trans? Did they have to be disabled? Because Ralph Fiennes had this cleft lip and he was made fun of for this.
Well,
But at the same time, it's like there are many perfectly not saying they're not normal, but there are many people who aren't in the minority who are perfectly capable of doing these monstrous things. But
Like
did they
Zac
have to
Efron.
be?
Yep.
Zac.
Yeah, I mean, like I
But did
guess
they have to be the villains in this case?
I guess
That's true.
those movies were like a product of its time or their
Yeah.
time. Parang disfigurement leads to bad guys. Or like,
I don't know. I mean,
but it-
MJ's right because like giving your bad guy a disfigurement or some kind of distinguishing characteristic, whether it's a cleft lip or, the trans thing, it's shorthand, for audiences to dislike a person by definition.
Yeah.
It's a cheap trick, I admit. But again, a lot of that comes from the book that it's based on.
Yeah.
But you're right. They probably could have changed it.
But then,
or maybe
like I said again, it was a product of their time.
It's
They
true.
were products of their time where people were less vocal back then.
Well, it was like, what was it, 1990, 1991?
Wasn't Silence of the Lambs the 80s?
No, it was like 1990 or 1991.
Okay.
And remember, this is like a completely different landscape as far as representation went, as far as minority representation, especially.
As far as inclusivity,
remember
was.
that courtroom drama of Tom Hanks as a gay lawyer, Philadelphia. That was a big deal. Now, that kind of a narrative, that's like your average episode of Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, I guess it is really sign of the times. But I guess for audiences in 2021, if you do decide to watch Red Dragon or Silence of the Lambs, just keep that in mind, I guess. Because, it does come... When you watch it now, it does come off as ableist and transphobic.
Wasn't Gary Oldman's character in Hannibal gay as well?
He was?
I think. If I remember correctly. I have to watch that movie again. I haven't.
Yeah. Or you can also, I guess, take it as a lesson in a way that... Because you do see these people, these villains being in their normal lives... in a way, made fun of, abused, or, ostracized, then just don't be shitty people.
Yeah, you don't have to become a serial killer.
Or also that.
But don't push people towards it either.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say.
Sorry, I had to save myself when I realized what you were saying. I am on the side of the victim.
Yeah, so
like Arlene Wuornos was, a victim of circumstance.
Yeah, so as much as the decision to kill is really at the hands of the person who kills, and it's their fault for killing, it's also like people around them to not be assholes to them because that causes them to be the monsters that they are too.
That is true.
So just be nice to people.
Yes, we should all be nicer to each other.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Patty Jenkins after Monster? Oh, she didn't do Wonder Woman.
She did Wonder Woman 1. That was fine.
Yeah.
Then she made a second one. God.
Why are we back to Patty Jenkins?
I don't know.
Because she directed Monster. We're
done with Monster.
I know we're almost out of time, but I just want to throw this in because my crazy bread making friend in London recommended it, and it was just so messed up. Have you David Tennant, right?
Yes.
Fantastic actor. He was in Doctor Who. He was in Harry Potter and whatnot. He's got a mini series called Des, DES. It's about the most notorious serial killer in UK history. And can I just say, he is freaking scary in this one. Ooh. It's just like 3 episodes, but you're like, what the hell did I just watch? And
David Tennant is fucking scary.
He can do anything. He was scary in Jessica Jones.
Exactly. I was going to build up to that.
But he was so lovable as Doctor Who, so I was confused.
He's like Stanley Tucci.
Isa pa yun. That's right. But also because like a couple of years earlier, he did Broadchurch, where he was a cop trying to solve a murder with Olivia Colman. They were both police officers. And, so like you can be the good guy and you can be the bad guy and be equally effective in both. And that's pretty good.
Cool. Love that. Okay, I'll check it out.
But yes, if you have a chance, please check it out. Des.
Okay.
Oh Noted. My goodness. Why we gotta start watching like more wholesome things, guys.
As if we haven't incriminated ourselves enough.
We did an episode on Soul.
I'm the nice one.
And I guess Wonder Woman 84 was kind of wholesome. The least wholesome part about that thing is actually voicing out our opinions because, a lot of cuss words came out.
Hey, no, it was rapey, remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It kind of was rapey.
Okay. So that I guess we've given enough suggestions on what you might want to check out if you are in for a true crime binge, fictional or maybe fictional or non-fictional. We've mentioned we highly recommend Zodiac
Mhm.
and at least
Seven.
Silence of the Lambs. Maybe Red Dragon a little bit.
Maybe.
Just approach with caution. Ooh,
We have Monster is also good.
yeah.
Seven, the lovely
Seven.
Bones.
Seven is great. Especially
Mhm.
when you consider that Fincher almost quit Hollywood because he had such a bad experience on his first movie. He directed
Ooh.
Alien 3 and the studio
Yeah.
was up his ass for the whole thing. So it took him years before he was able to do 7 because he really
Yep.
didn't want anything to do with studios anymore.
Hey, but you know, one thing I love about Fincher and him making Zodiac,
Mm-hmm.
can you believe that when he was a kid, he was actually warmed. It was happening when he was a kid, the whole Zodiac Killer thing. And he remembers his dad saying like, oh yeah, there's a serial killer out there. And he was a kid riding a school bus. And remember like the Zodiac Killer's threat of like
Right.
blowing up a school bus or something.
That's how Dirty Harry ended. Hijacked the school bus. But anyways.
So yeah, I love like David Fincher himself was kind of obsessed with the Zodiac
Yeah,
Killer,
I can
and he
imagine.
made this amazing movie.
I just had a horrible thought.
And did you know that? Sorry, going back to Zodiac, this is random news, but people in 2020 were able to crack a cipher.
That's right.
From the
Yes,
Zodiac
yes,
Killer.
yes.
That was like recent.
Yeah, that was
recent.
2020 last year. So it's
Mhm.
amazing. Like,
Shit, 2020 was last year. I like feels like we're still in it.
well, that's true.
Can
But
you
yeah, it's just
imagine?
amazing.
they did.
It took them that long in
Yeah.
social media to crack
That's right.
the cipher.
And
Mhm.
it revealed that the guy who called into the TV show was not him, was not
Yeah,
the
it wasn't
Zodiac
him.
Killer.
Mhm.
Oh, and another interesting thing to watch is, you know how we're also interested about the psyche of a serial killer. You know, there was this one TV show on Netflix that delved into the development of criminal profiling.
Mindhunter!
There we
Oh,
go.
man.
Also, a David Finch.
Mindhunter.
Oh, I love David Fincher
Mind
so much.
Hunters.
Man, that guy's
I
got
love-
issues, huh?
David Fincher so much.
I mean, like, much of David Fincher's work, his main characters all have issues. Like the Mindhunter, what's his name? Jonathan Groff's character.
Mhm.
House of Cards.
Mhm.
House of Cards. Like, what does Jonathan Groff have? Like, he's like this OCD type guy. Did he have not OCD, but you know, like there was something about his character I found really annoying.
But I think the highlight of Mindhunter was the casting of the actual serial killers that the Mindhunters
Yes.
had to
They were
interview.
ridiculously
Yes.
accurate. There was no
They
Zac
did.
Efron here.
They did
Not-
John Wayne Gacy. I think they did Ted Bundy. They did Charles Manson, didn't they?
Edmund Kemper sounded exactly
Yes.
like him. And-
Is Edmund Kemper the BTK killer? No.
No,
No,
not.
BTK
I think
no.
they kind of like opened with BTK. They kind of revealed that Mindhunter was gonna get to BTK, but he wasn't
Yeah.
interviewed yet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There
That's
you
true.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So this was a story about the beginnings of criminal profiling, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, because
it's
before it was a
amazing.
thing.
Interesting.
yeah, I love Mindhunter
fu-
also. Definitely
it's-
recommend. But
well-
when are they gonna continue shooting it? God damn it!
I know.
Fincher
But you
says
know what,
he'll get
what's-
around to it when he gets around to it.
Ugh.
Yeah. Oh well.
Well, look, it
Uh,
took them like 2 years to do a second season.
But yeah,
it was
and
so
Mindhunters
good.
is so good. Like even if the pacing was slow,
No, it was good. I
I
like.
was okay with
Yeah,
the
I was
pacing.
okay with that. It helped
I
set
found-
the mood.
I found the pacing a bit slow in the beginning,
Mm. But
and then after the first couple of episodes, it's like okay,
But the highlight of this is how they interviewed these serial
Yeah.
killers. It's creepy how these casting actually. is the
I
highlight
heard
of
that
this.
the guys playing the serial killers, they were kind of happy that their storylines were essentially ended because like they didn't want to continue anymore because it's just
Jesus.
too much.
Yeah,
yeah,
They have to put
Who would-
themselves in that mind space, in that
I
head space,
know. Yeah.
in that mind to be hunted. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
funny, Misha. It's so funny.
my
Why are
God.
you Joko's mom now?
I don't know, but you're not Joseph.
Ooh, okay, one last, I promise. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was an interesting spin.
Yeah. Actually, I was thinking. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about this. Is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood a true crime movie, or is it like fantasy?
when I
something?
knew that Harley Quinn was playing Sharon Tate, I was like, "Oh, this can only end one way." It
Yep,
did not
and-
end that way.
right? When I found out, when I found out that I was telling my wife when we were watching, oh, you know that she dies, right? You know, she dies.
Yeah. Oh my God, they're hanging out with Charles Manson. Oh my God, this is gonna be messed up. It was messed up, just not in the way we thought.
Yeah, it was, I guess, a reimagining if things didn't go terribly bad.
Mm-hmm.
it's an interesting take, I guess, but it is based on true characters.
It's a good reimagining if the neighbor had a handyman / best friend / driver present. You know?
Slash stunt double.
And these fanatics going to the wrong house.
Okay, I'm gonna say this one, right? In this case, I was totally on the killer's side when he had that flamethrower.
You were? You were? I was like, yes. I wish this happened in real life.
Yeah, poor Sharon Tate.
Stuntman / driver / best friend of Hollywood actor saves the day.
I'm talking
Saves
about the
night.
Hollywood actor because he was the killer with the flamethrower.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, wait, yeah.
What, you thought I was Charles Manson's side? What is wrong with you? No!
Oh, yeah. I would question anybody on Charles Manson's side.
Yeah, but
He'd
it's hard
probably
to...
be a hippie living in an old film set.
It's hard to ignore that these serial killers have a certain charm that attracts people. Like, have you guys seen that new docu-series about the Night Stalker?
Night Stalker.
The Night Stalker. Night Hunter, though.
Okay, I just wanted to like make a mistake then because both of you did kanina. So, charot.
Naghang ako. Shit.
She just gave us... She was just pity. She was giving us pity. You didn't miss
anyway. Yeah, Night Stalker. I don't know about you. Well, if Misha asked earlier if I found Ted Bundy attractive, I do not find Richard Ramirez attractive at all.
But charming?
No,
that guy was fucked
he looked
up.
like a literal demon.
Well,
and his
I
victims,
don't know. Anjo was saying something about
and his
charming.
victims said that he smelled. That's like the worst.
I don't know.
He smelled bad.
Nothing worse.
But he's
than
been so popular in
serial
pop
killer.
culture that they used the character in American Horror Story, 1984.
Right. But this is also the messed up, like Ted Bundy, Richard Ramirez. They all get fangirls
Yeah,
who like
that's fucked up.
sympathize with them and fall in love with them and send them nudies to jail.
Isn't that like the typical thing where they think they can fix them? Either they think they can fix them or they get off on the danger.
Yeah.
Either
if
or.
they're not dead.
Either or. Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah, okay. Let us know in the comments what your favorite serial killer shows and or movies are. Let us know, and maybe we can cover one of those in a future episode. This has been a very, very gory episode of Sub Auteurs. Incriminating episode of Sub Auteurs. We sincerely hope...
I refuse to end this without incriminating Anjo in any way. This is not fair.
How can we incriminate Anjo?
I don't know. We'll figure it out maybe in the next episode.
We will.
Maybe you guys know who to fear now.
Well, at least out of the three of us, we know who's going to get killed first.
Are you sure about that?
There we go. Now that's incriminating.
Wait, are you talking about me? Am I going to get killed first?
No, Anjo.
Oh, thank God. I mean, oh no. Okay. Thanks everyone for listening. Follow us on Facebook. We have a group, Sub Auteurs. We like movies. We also have a page, Sub Auteurs, where you can catch our latest episodes. We are also available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Google Podcast. This is a Big Baby Studios production, and we'll see you next week. I'm Misha.
I'm MJ. I'm MJ.
And I'm Anjo.
Are you sure? Are you sure this time?
I hate these online recordings.
We'll see you all next week.
Bye-bye.
Wink, wink. Ah! It puts the lotion on its skin.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? My love for David Fincher.